So being able to generate leads is great, and being able to do it on LinkedIn is even better because it enables us to find a better qualified lead in most cases. So what goes into making a good lead? Well, as you can see up here, we've got a nice little manner kind of thing going on, and it's a kind of extension of a model that you may already be familiar with. If you're trying to target a decision maker, you have to make sure that that decision maker has the money, the authority, and the need to buy your product. So for money, obviously they've got to have a budget. They've got to have some sort of budget for your products and services. Otherwise, there is very little point in targeting them in the first place. They may love your product and really want or need your product, but if they can't afford it, there's absolutely no point. So we need to target people who have budgets. The second part of Manners process is authority. So again, this may sound very straightforward and very basic, but it's worth pointing out that we do need to target the right prospects on LinkedIn that have the authority to sign off on a new project or a new product or service that you are trying to ultimately to sell or reach out to them for. Now, the authority can be determined quite simply by possibly job title or having a little bit of understanding about the particular industry or company that you're trying to target. Need is, again, very, very straightforward, and it forms up part of the well-known acronym MAN, so money, authority, need. And this is, they've got to have a need for your product or service. They've got to actually need it in some way or want it in some way. Otherwise, the chances of you being able to convert them are infinitely harder. Now, bearing in mind, you can always target people who could introduce you to somebody who's got the authority, or somebody that could introduce you to somebody who has the money to spend in your sector. But we're all about the minimum effective dose here, and there is so much opportunity on LinkedIn. We really do need to go after the low-hanging fruit here. So that's the money, authority, need part of this taken care of. The recency, the R in manner, is very much a thing that made a massive difference when I started targeting prospects on LinkedIn. Being able to target people who have proven recency in your sector or in a complementary sector. So what do I mean by recency? Well, let's say, for example, I'm trying to sell search engine optimization services. I could reach out to business owners or marketing directors or marketing managers. Yes, of course I could. And that would probably make absolute perfect sense. They're the people who have the authority to buy my product or service. They have a need potentially for search engine optimization. And assuming that they've got a budget for it, they would also have the money as well. However, my chances of success in selling search engine optimization would be greatly increased if that particular client had certain amounts of recency signals. And what we mean by that is, let's say, for example, they've just ordered or just completed a brand new website. Very often, even in this day and age, people who are responsible for the websites don't often consider search engine optimization and it's like a bit of an afterthought. So if somebody's just had a new website, for example, they would have recency in this sector. They're actively trying to improve their online profile. It might be a perfect opportunity for me to approach them with some sort of search engine optimization service. Let's say, for example, we are trying to target public relations services. If we can identify a prospect that has the money, authority and need and has recently gone through, say, a rebranding exercise, they've just launched a new product or service or about to launch a new product or service, then it now would be a great time to reach out to them and offer public relation based services. If you're trying to target builders and they've just won a new contract for a new housing development, for example, and you are a supplier to the building trade, if you notice on LinkedIn that they are just announcing a new contract win, now might be a great time to get involved and start opening the channels of conversation to that building company. So just to recap, the money, the authority, the need and the recency, these are the things that we look for when trying to target prospects and leads on LinkedIn. In the remaining lectures in this module, I'm going to show you ways in which you can understand if they have the money, authority, need and recency to identify them as the best possible prospect and lead for you and your business.